Okay, so no budget review, and this is a 1999 Dodge Intrepid. This is a full-size car, and it is currently for sale at Governor Motor Sales here in Jefferson City. This car came out in 1993 and lasted until 2004. It's a full-size car. And it's pretty clean, as you can see. This is the SE model. So this has the 2.7 litre V6. So let's get inside and see what this is all about. Okay, so inside the Dodge Intrepid, you can see this has got 119,942 original miles. It's got a CD player, aircon, and it's got a 4-speed automatic gearbox. Cup holder there. Center console. And can we get our secret mission documents in there? That's a pretty big glove box, I'd say yes on that one. Apparently the lock's not very good. Okay, so there were two generations of the Dodge Intrepid. My friend who I actually work with has actually got a first generation model. This does not have a sunroof or anything like that. So this is the 2.7 V6, and there was also a 3.2 V6 and a 3.5 V6. Trim levels were the base, the ES, the SE, the RT, the SXT and the SST, and this was based on the LH platform, which was also used in the Chrysler 300M, the Concorde, the LHS and the New Yorker. As you can see, this is a full-size car with seating for 5. It's pretty big back there, and it's got a lot of leg room. And I'm 6'3", so you can very easily get 5 people in here in comfort. This car, well, the 2.7 at least, had issues with the engine sludging up after about 100,000 miles, and because of that, that would generally tend to cause the end of the car, because to repair it cost more than the car was actually worth. So that was a bit of a problem. So let's see if we can actually have a look at the engine. So yeah, here is the 2.7 V6, and I'm actually surprised just how clean this engine bay is, and this engine, based on the fact that this has got so many miles on it and the number of problems that this engine has actually got. But it's a pretty honest, straight car, so I think somebody will enjoy it. Hopefully somebody will take care of it. As you can see, this has got power windows, power locks, power mirrors. A couple of burns from cigarettes. This has obviously had a smoker own it, but it's a pretty straight car. I don't see any reason why anybody shouldn't want this. Pretty cavernous trunk on this car, or boot. I would say that's probably got about 400 cubic litres of space, and it's actually pretty clean. Again, the struts don't work very well, unfortunately, so we're having to kind of do this on a wing and a prayer. This clamp covers up the spare wheel, so the spare wheel is still in here, but yeah, pretty straight, I would say there. This car is pretty clean, straight, no dings, scratches or anything like that. Chrysler, like Chevy, tried to break into the UK market and tried to market the Chrysler Neon and PT Cruiser, and later the 300C, with varying degrees of success and failure, until they withdrew from the UK market in the mid-2000s. They never really broke into that particular area, unlike Ford. Chevy also didn't have a particularly good time with it, although they did market the Cruise until 2016. They'd also tried to market the Cadillac over there, but that didn't really take off either, as much as it was cheaper than things like Mercedes and BMs, and perhaps as well engineered, they didn't really light the sky up, which is a shame. So this is a purely and uniquely American car. and it is in nice shape. No dings, scratches, rust or anything like that. Chrysler products are actually pretty good for rusting, in terms of the fact that they were pretty well protected against it, unlike something like a Ford. So there you go. And here we are in the back, and as I was saying, this is, like I said, I'm 6'3". I'm sitting in here with no problem at all, though the roof is a little bit curved and a little bit low for me. But look how much leg room I've got. I mean, that's pretty impressive. So altogether, that's the Dodge Intrepid, and that's a pretty nice little car, I have to say. Well, not so much little, it's pretty massive actually. But yeah, this is also used as a police car in some states. It's known as a police interceptor, and you can get a police interceptor package, which gives you uprated brakes, suspension, steering and all that kind of Blues Brothers stuff. So there you are. So that's a no budget review of the Dodge Intrepid. Have a good one. Well, here we are with something unusual. We are in Loose Creek, Missouri, and this is an Oldsmobile Cutlass. And I would say this is a 69 from the grille. Last registered in 1972. Look at the bench seats, look at the vinyl roof. Another land yacht. Oldsmobile was the upper market version of General Motors, and they lasted until 2005, when General Motors wound the business down and Pontiac followed in 2010. Just thought you'd like a quick look at this lovely old car. Thanks for watching. Okay, so I thought it would be interesting to see some of the cars that are available as a no budget review for about $1,000 or $1,200, which is in the £1,000 range in Britain. So we're going to start off with this. This is a Buick Le Sabre, and this was produced until 2005, when it was then replaced by the Buick La Crosse. This car is basically the same as the Buick Park Avenue. Now, Buick was the slightly upper market version of General Motors. Unfortunately, they had the reputation of being a bit of a coffin dodgers car, so instead of being blue collar, it was more blue rinse. So let's have a look at this car and see what's going on with it. This car first appeared in 1991. There was only one generation of them. They're all powered by a 3.8 litre V6 engine, which was Buick's own design. This was considered a mid-sized car. Underneath, it was basically the same as a Buick Park Avenue. Used the same platform, and the same platform was used for the Chevrolet Impala, the Pontiac Bonneville and the Cadillac CTS. So we're going to have a close-up look at this car and then see what else we have available. It looks a bit of a dated design even by the 90s. I mean, the styling can only be considered as a bit bland, which I suppose why it appealed to old ladies and old men. So let's go inside and have a close look at this car. Okay, so inside the Le Sabre, here is the dashboard, and it has Dyna Ride, so it has uprated suspension. 93,574 miles. You can see this has got a wooden inlaid dashboard, although it's fake wood, it's actually plastic. All electric interior, and it has bench seating, so it has room in here for 6 people, which is actually more than the Intrepid that we looked at the other day. Heater, air conditioning, ashtray with electronic port. This has actually got a cassette player, not an 8-track, but a proper cassette. You can definitely see why these cars appeal to older people. So you can see electronic windows, mirrors and locks. The lights are actually in the door rather than on the dashboard. Unusual. It's got a column shifter, as you see in a lot of those old films. This is a 3-speed automatic. And that'll whisk Grandma to Walmart in about an hour and a half. This has got integrated cup holders in the armrest. The armrest itself flips up to allow you to have bench seating. Can we get our secret mission documents in the glove box? Looks like it, because there's a Buick owner's manual. And there's your trunk release, which is actually in the glove box, which is kind of unusual. Also have a trunk release over here on the dashboard. So let's go and have a look at the boot. And as you can see, we've got a nice big cavernous boot here. There's your jack storage over there, and then the spare wheels under this carpet here. Nice big cosy boot, or trunk, so Grandma can get all her cat food in there quite effectively. Round at the front, here's the 3.8 litre Buick V8. Mounted latitudinally. It actually looks pretty clean for a car that's over 20 years old. This same engine was used in a lot of other GM products, like the Impala. It used to be that the engine stayed with that one make, but then in the late 70s they started introducing the engines over into other GM makes to allow for a bit of sharing. Very big engine base, so this engine is very, very easy to work on. And this car is available to buy, and it's $900. It's not bad, actually. So that's a look at the Buick Le Sabre. Enjoy.